I'm all up for learning and reflecting from the work I do. And I've had some feedback actually from our previous video, which is very interesting because a lot of people were saying to me, I've been using the word basically a lot. And it's something I don't actually use when I'm actually speaking to people in life. I use it not as often as I've been doing. In that particular video. But I think it's going down to the fact that I'm be using it as a filler word. And what happens is when we're actually put on the spot, obviously doing a podcast or doing a live performance or public speaking, you do feel a bit obviously under pressure because you effectively, if you mess up, you've had it. If it's a live recording, so you don't want to mess up, and you're conscious of that as well. So there's a lot of things going on, and you're using the filler words. People tend to use them for like to allow, like I'm doing now. I mean, I use a lot of herbs, and when I'm thinking, like I do it without even realizing. We tend to use them when we're like trying to think, or we're trying to use that time. We're trying to buy time to get onto the next topic, kind of thing. So it's a thing we most some people do, and some people are brilliant. They don't do it, and I do have a habit of doing that. And basically, it's one of my words I've been using when I've been doing these podcasts. But it's a great feedback because I'm conscious of this because I want to be progressing and learning from my mistakes as well. I have actually done public speaking, a little bit of public speaking, but with my job in business development, all my life I've been in front of people, whether it's individual or group of people or a room full of people. And obviously that helps as well because you get practice of doing that as well. And practice is key because I can remember when I first started doing this, I used to ask my colleagues. I remember going back when I was doing, I had to go and visit like fire stations and do a presentation on their health insurance in front of a room full of fire professionals. And I used to when I first started, I used to ask my colleagues, if they can give me any tips, and it used to be really frustrating because all I used to get is, Sajid, you've got to go and do it and just practice, 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 practice. And I obviously I took that on board, but I used to be disappointed, and thinking, oh, can't they give me a is there like I'm looking for some kind of magic wand for it, but there isn't, and I can vouch for that as well. It's practice, and the more you do it, the more better you get. And they say about public speaking, a lot of people get daunted with public speaking. Some people fear some people fear public speaking more than death. And there is a word actually for that. Is it glossophobia? Is the word which describes having anxiety or fear of public speaking or public performance. And it's important to recognize that because once you recognize that, then you can start working on yourself if it's something you want to do. And I think it's very important actually for young people, students, upcoming professionals, and people in jobs as well, professional people, business leaders, entrepreneurs. Having public speaking is a very powerful skill to have, because it is a skill which can distinguish you as well, and give you that competitive advantage as well. And in your job, you might need to get up and speak in front of, potential bidders or potential investors, or so it can actually put you in an advantage in that sense. Now, obviously, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm nowhere near a professional. Let me clarify that. I mean, I'm still learning as we're going along, and this podcast is obviously going to be helping me as well. I've done, like I said, I've had more experience because I've experienced it through my job as well. So I've got some experience in that sense. But there's a lot of interesting books out there as well. I came across one. I've not actually read that book at the moment, but it's on my a list to read it. It's by a chap called Matt Abrahams, and it's called Think Fast and Talk Smarter. It's a very, very good book on public speaking and how to overcome the fear of public speaking as well. Matt Abrahams talks about paraphrasing and using various techniques to able to overcome the fear of public speaking. And anybody can, there's no restrictions. Like I said, that if you put yourself out there and you practice it, you can overcome it as well. And I've also been involved in public speaking through Toastmasters as well. If you've come across Toastmasters, you'll see that's specifically, especially designed for public speaking. So it's quite structured. I dropped out eventually because I met another speaking coach, who then actually gave me some information which I personally thought was was a valid point. But obviously, it's open to people to go and test Toastmasters because it works for a lot of people, and there's the brilliant bunch of people as well. You're in the right environment because it's very supportive as well. So and everybody's in the same boat as well because everybody's gone. Most obviously, if they're attending Toastmasters, they're there to enhance their public speaking as well. And people are at different stages. Some people are quite advanced, and some people are beginners as well, and they cater for everyone. But the thing with me was because it's quite structured. Toastmasters is very structured. In fact, it's an educational program, and so you've got all like the speaking. You've got It's very structured. So you have like a time person keeping time. There's a timekeeper. There's an R counter. The filler words I talked about. There's a person what counts them as well. So the idea is obviously to you're supposed to learn from that and have a reflection on that, which is great. But what I found, and this particular public speaking coach told me, which I related to, was when you want to, because there's so many variables and so many people evaluating you, you do end up in a situation. Well, I did anyway. You end up. What I found was when you want to do public speaking, you want to be in an environment where you can enhance your creativity. But what I found in there, because of all these variables, different people measuring and people evaluating, I found it that you're almost like in a situation where there's critique. So you don't want to be in a critique situation. You want to be in a creativity environment. So I did relate to that, and hence why I stopped attending those courses. But obviously, I do public speaking to a certain extent through my job anyway. So I'm learning as I'm going along. But yeah, have a try. If it's something you want to do, go to your local Toastmasters. There's one in Sheffield and there's one in Doncaster in South Yorkshire, but the nationwide, sorry, the global is a global Toastmasters, a global network. It's a global organization, so you can be anywhere in the world. And they allow you to have get an insight for free as well. So you do your first session, you can have a free trial, so to speak, as well. So that's a great opportunity for someone to go and see if it works, if it's going to work for you or not. Um, yeah, so I thought I'd just share that because that's something came across my mind today. My podcast is progressing. I'm compiling a list. I've come across a lot of feedback and a list of different professionals who want to come onto my podcast for interviewing. We've got topics covering now like mental health and well-being, performance psychology. We've got importance of business networking, marketing, financial matters, legal matters. I have got a very important guest coming on my show. We're middle recording about autism in children. This lady is an expert in autism, and that'll be really, really fruitful for a lot of parents and caregivers. So that's going to be in the pipeline as well, and I'll announce that separately once I've got once it's all been finalised. So in the meantime, have a great time. Stay tuned, and please do like and subscribe to my channel as well. And I will speak to you guys later on.